Good morning, I hope you're well. This video is probably a terrible idea. In this video, I'm going to talk you through KHDA, what you have to do for preparation through a day in my life. Now, as I'm sure you can imagine, this is going to be an extremely busy day. It might be that I need to split this video over a couple of days, but I want to talk you through all those different steps that you need to take. KHDA is the inspecting body here in Dubai. You do still have inspections and all those different things too. So as we get to school, I'll talk you a little bit more through the things I've had to do. Yesterday, I was up till 10 o'clock last night, doing all sorts of different bits and pieces for preparation, getting ahead. So yeah, I'll talk you through that when I get to school. Okay, so KHDA. Yes, we do have KHDA here in Dubai, and it is very similar to Ofsted. Some people will say that it is actually more challenging in terms of experience because essentially you're given a week and then they come and inspect for a whole week. They'll look at all sorts of different things like procedures. They will look at, of course, lessons, leadership, the whole shebang, so to speak. So they gave us the notification call yesterday. Yesterday, as I might have mentioned, was meant to be an inset day. Inset days are like CPD days where you come in and do lots of learning, team building, all those sorts of things too. At 10 o'clock, we had a meeting to say that we had an inspection. While we were working through all our different bits and pieces, it meant that we could transition the day into more of an admin type of day. I pretty much worked straight through from my time at school all the way to 10 o'clock last night. I wanted to release a YouTube video, but instead use my time to kind of get ahead with all the KHDA type stuff that needs to be done. I think later in the week I'll show you what I produce in terms of folders, documentation, all those bits and pieces. At the moment though, we've got parents meetings this week too, so it's quite an intense week, hence coffee. That's why I wanted to try and get ahead as much as possible. Parents meetings are going to be going ahead from end of the day. I've got them right through until 6. I've got a meeting, not a parent meeting, but another meeting after that. But so far what I've done is just try to get ahead with all the resourcing, slides, bits and pieces like that. So that those things are done, and then I can sort out all the paperworky type stuff, the stuff that I need to do for my class, once I've done everything else that everyone else needs. Okay, so as you can see by my pile, at the moment I am marking. I'm trying to keep up to date with all the different bits and pieces that I need to do in terms of parents' evening. As long as that happens, I don't need to take things home, so that when I go home I can spend more time preparing. Can't even talk properly anymore. That's how things have been. I can prepare for getting admin ready. So I think the biggest job that I've got at the moment is written planning. Normally when planning, we have a planning document and it's quite brief, but because the inspectors are coming in, they expect quite detailed plans, details of who the kids are, where they're sat, their data, what I'm doing about the data, why I'm doing certain things in a lesson, and that all needs to be written out for every single subject. So what I need to do as a teacher at the moment, now that I've kind of ticked off the resources, is do all the resources, make sure that's sorted, but I need to do my plan as a detailed plan so that I can share it with everyone else. They can then look at the resources, change things if they need to for their class, and I will then do the same with other people's plans, is look at what they've created, will it suit my class, adapt things as and when needed. Okay, so parents' evenings are now finished for today. We've got another late one tomorrow. Rather than just speak about each day as it comes, what I'm going to do on Friday, or it might even be Saturday during the weekend when I'm coming in to make sure my class is top notch, I will recap all the different things that I've had to do. I will have a folder at that point, and while I won't show you what's inside it, I'll kind of talk about what I've had to put inside it too. It's Thursday, and so far it's been busy couple of evenings with parents' evenings and all those different things. I've got one more left today, but for the most part, they are complete. Now, one of the things that I've had to be starting with, this arrived yesterday. I can't show you what's inside here, obviously for confidentiality reasons, but this is the folder which KHDA will hopefully, with all this work, look at when they come into the inspections into my room to look at the different lessons. What I can show you, being cautious, what's expected. So inside here you can see class list, timetable, current week's lessons plans, IEPs, and the seating plan. So you're being really careful about what I show you in that folder. The whole idea with the folder is putting all the lesson plans, details of the class, so that if someone comes in, they know about the class without having to ask me about the class. They know about the lesson that they're coming to see from the lesson plans. The lesson plans are long, they take a long time to type out, but fingers crossed, what should happen is other people will type those out for their lessons that they're planning, and then we should be able to just use and adapt those lesson plans. So yeah, Thursday. I know I said I was going to speak to you on Friday. I'm still going to do that. I've got a few more bits to do inside the classroom. I want to sort out a few displays, like that one up there, which needs to be refreshed. Okay, so I'd assumed that by now this display would be finished and I'd be able to do like a transition into a time lapse. So this is all like nice and I'm continuing this learning journey, but unfortunately this week, as I'm sure you can probably imagine, has been crazy. A lot of the time this week has just been spent making sure that admin is done, and then I'm going to come back with a better, clearer, fresher, all the adjectives there, fresher head to try and make sure that everything is prepared for Monday. Make sure that all the lessons are all mapped out, planned out. All the plans are done, but just kind of in my head, make sure that that is clearer, make sure that I've got to test little things like making sure that my interactive whiteboard works properly. But the main thing I've been doing up until this point is this. So on the floor, you'll see that I have my laptop. I have all sorts of different things spread out, making sure that I could complete this. This ended up being quite a hefty job, as I'm sure you can see. So busy weekend ahead. I want to spend some time to kind of switch off a little bit and then come back at the weekend on perhaps Sunday before coming back to school to make things clear in my mind. Good morning. Today is Sunday and I've been able to have a little bit of a weekend, which is fantastic. So today's plan is as follows. I'm sure you can see the classroom is a little bit cluttered, so I want to make sure that the classroom is nice and tidy. And then from there, I also need to do a little bit of admin. I've been here for about half an hour just finishing a few bits off. And then I also need to do Google Classroom, make sure things are loaded onto the learning management system. But the main job for today is learning environment, making sure I've sorted out all my displays. From when I came in at around 12, I've been to my colleagues' different classrooms just to see what they're looking like, to gain some sneaky ideas, and they're looking great. So that's the main job today. I've also just been to go and buy some new pens from the shop. I don't know what it is about new pens, but oh my gosh, it's like the sensation of going for a haircut for guys or getting your nails done for girls. I think that is the equivalent for a teacher, is getting a new set of pens. These are fantastic. This stuff is unreal. If you are looking to write on displays and walls and things like that, this is the Magic, it's called Magic Whiteboard, and I'll use it now for features, language, and then I'm going to put some up on that area there. This is, I think I spent maybe, it might have been 20 quid or something on this. And it's lasted me years now, but I'd give them out to colleagues and things like that. It's definitely a resource that I would recommend. It makes for really quick displays as well, which is always beneficial. Okay, so I believe that is me done for the day. It's been quite an eventful day in terms of getting things done and bits and pieces. I think it was been quite an eventful week in terms of getting everything done. I know that everyone has worked astonishingly hard to make sure all the paperwork is up to date, lessons look fantastic next week, and classroom and learning environments are looking wonderful too. So inspections are a fantastic way to showcase all the amazing things that go on inside the classroom. So it can only be something that I'm weirdly excited about, although still nervous. Similar kind of physiological feelings, isn't it really? But hopefully you've been able to gain some insight into the processes that involved with inspections here in Dubai, understanding that they do happen here in comparison to the UK and other areas in the world, and then showcasing some of the different things that we've had to do in terms of preparing and all those sorts of things. If you've learned something in this video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe for future videos, and if you are interested in teaching in Dubai, make sure you go and check out my website, teachtraveltriumph.com. It's got lots of different information about teaching in Dubai, and the guide has supported thousands of teachers with getting a job out here too. Hopefully I see you in the next video. Until then, I'm out.